Okay, well, you didn't get any of those cards in your other reading. Maybe the Wheel of Fortune. Scorpio got that. But I'm redoing theirs too. So there is a heart mending happening, or has happened. I love seeing this card in reverse. Woohoo! Thank goodness. There could be a revisit. I feel like this is an internal process for you, Cancer, with the Eight of Wands moving into the Wheel of Fortune. And it's like this communication from people from your past almost. It's like you've moved on from these situations and relationships in such a huge way and have reclaimed and reestablished, or maybe even established for the very first time, Cancer, some boundaries that feel so much better and more self-respecting to you with certain people. And you are hearing from these people, I'm getting, Cancer, at the end of March, or you may already have, depending on when you're watching this. And I feel like this communication is going to be sort of spinning your wheels a little bit, and almost in a way that you're reconsidering or considering whether or not to let this person back into your life, back into your heart, back into the intimate space where you once let them, and if it is safe to do so. So I know this is a general reading, and that felt very much like more intimate romance. Yeah, so I do see this person, a person returning. Could be an air sign. Let's see. The Emperor could be an Aries. I feel like there's a little bit more work, some more conversations needing to happen, some more lessons from this interaction, from this connection that you have with this person, Cancer. It could be on the work front, but oftentimes with the Three of Swords, with the three swords stabbing through the heart, it does have to relate to people's one-on-one intimate love lives. I feel like when they reach out to you, you are going to be, and rightfully so, very guarded, not very guarded, but apprehensive, very astute and paying attention super closely to their communications and what the heck do they want from you? And almost a little bit of disbelief, or, oh my gosh, here we go again. So let's see what's happening in April. The King of Swords in reverse, he came out in the first reading. The Strength and the Page of Wands. Let's see. Can you guys see those? Yeah. The Queen of Swords. You have both the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. I feel like this is turning into a love reading, but that's okay. I feel like you're looking back into the past and what happened, and maybe trying to understand and rehash for yourself what exactly did happen, and understanding that the way that you approached this person or handled the situation at that time, of course, you were doing your best, and what needed to happen and shake out needed to happen and shake out. But I feel like the Two of Wands is sort of looking back and reevaluating sort of your role in how things ended up. And there could be, with your honest communication with the Queen of Swords here and the Page of Wands, to this person looking into the future, because they're looking away from this Two of Wands character. It's like lots of wands, the Ace of Wands too on the Strength, and I'll get to that. The Page of Wands and the Queen of Swords, like he's standing behind this female figure and informing her brain and informing her heart of this newly lit passion here that's coming up with the Ace of Wands. But this newly lit passion that is coming about in April, Cancer, is from so much more of a solid place for you, having been through what you've been through and experienced and evolved from, and the knowledge that you've gained, the experience, the wisdom of how to tame your reactiveness, how to tame your assumptions and not jumping to conclusions with people. And I feel like these two cards together is symbolizing, Cancer, a way that is allowing you to really remain curious with each situation in your life as it arises in the moment, and not judging people based on what happened in the past, although there is a level of, what does this person want from me and why are they coming back around? Well, because they love you. And I don't know that it's, or that it was in the past in the way that you wanted or needed to be loved. I feel like there was quite a bit of conflict that happened, and some very deeply disappointing and frustrating happenings and situations that came about between the two of you. But I feel like this expansive time that has passed has allowed you to heal and deal with certain things in your heart that has nothing to do with this person. That is now allowing you in the present time to see more of the gifts that they have to offer. And I'm not saying that this is an end all be all, you're going to end back up together, but you're giving it some space, and you're not quick to jump to conclusions, and you're willing to talk. So comment below if that's resonating for any of you Cancers, Sun, Moon, or Rising signs. Yeah, there's definitely, with the Two of Swords, a feeling of you're not going to make up your mind so quickly. You are going to buy your time, and this guy's not moving fast either. And you're definitely willing to stand your ground in your integrity and what you stand for, and maintaining your newly found boundaries for yourself out of self-respect and self-love, Cancer, which is beautiful. However, this person may have felt like a bully to you in the past, you will absolutely not allow that to happen again, because you're so residing in your inner strength and a deep, solid knowing of your worth now that I feel wasn't in place even 2 years ago. Like, you've come so far, Cancer. That definitely came up in the last reading of the work that you've been doing on your spirit and your soul and your heart, and mending those places within you that needed a mother's love, that maybe you weren't getting from the outside world, and you needed to self-nurture in particular ways. And you've been stepping up to the plate consistently, Cancer, for yourself in that way. Let's clarify. Yeah, the Star. You do not need arguments. You do not want conflict. You do not want drama. And I feel like you are biding your time. If you are considering reigniting this with this person, either an air sign or an Aries, that you want to be completely and utterly honest with them, with yourself, with how you want to be received, even though you can't make people receive you in a certain way, Cancer. You know that. How you want to feel in your interactions with anybody, not necessarily just this one person, but in your life in general. And you're committed to this authenticity of being guided by spirit, of residing in your ultimate, highest, naked truth, that you are divine love, you are from source, you are a spark from source. And I feel a little bit of a questioning of whether or not this person can handle it. I think they can, but I feel like more that's a situation of, do you even want to go there again because of the heartbreak that you've been through with them? And it feels a little, I want to say precarious, but like you're so much more solid in your sense of self, Cancer, that you wouldn't ever again let them throw you off balance like they did in the past. So the Justice and the King of Pentacles. It could be a Capricorn too with these pentacles. I just got that, this King of Pentacles in reverse. You're just not sure. However, you know in your heart of hearts that whatever happens, and for whatever reason that they've come back around to offer you what they're offering you, I see them, this is their energy. Cancer, it's either going to complete the cycle with them and really give you a certain amount of closure that wasn't possible in the past, or it's going to start very slowly and on your terms, I have to say that, developing into something that's more self-directed and not so overwhelmed by them. There could be a little bit of a difference in values and how you each get excited by life and how you communicate with one another. I feel there's a little bit of some sticking points there between the both of you, Cancer, on the style of communication. I feel like that was the cause of many miscommunications in the past that were so frustrating for you. And before you know it, this molehill gets turned into a mountain type of situation, and you're just standing there baffled and befuddled, like scratching your head, what the heck just happened? And it happened so quickly too, that you couldn't even make sense of it because it was so impassioned. So take it slow. Take it moment by moment. I wasn't even going to say day by day. I almost did. It's like, no, like even slower than day by day, moment by moment, and remain curious, Cancer, about what they've been up to, the work that they've been doing on themselves. And if I were you, I would want to find out if they have been developing and strengthening their connection to source, and coming from a place of realizing that that's the only true way to fulfill themselves, and not out of a need for somebody else to fill their soul or their cup or their void. You want to commiserate with people who don't put that burden on you, because it's unfair and it ultimately doesn't work out of a codependency way of behaving. So let's pull a Wild Kuan Yin Oracle by Lana Fairchild for a quick additional message for you, Cancer. So I thank you for being here. Thank you so much for watching and liking and sharing the video if you feel inspired, and definitely comment below, chime in. I'd love to hear from you guys. Each and every one of the comments I read, even if I don't respond to all of them. I am pretty busy and I do my best to read them, and I do read them. So here we go. The slave dances into freedom. It's some funny imagery to me. Looks like some money that he's passing off, or a note. All right, number 21. I will read you the poem. You have been on a path that no longer serves your highest good. The time has come for you to be free from it. I shall free you from the negative influence of even the most persistent struggle or devastating conditions with one simple gesture. Do not be attached to the war you have endured, my beloved wild warrior. It is over by my grace. A new reality of freedom is yours. It is time to dance your way into freedom. Yeah, and I feel like the cards that I had put this on says just that. Residing in your strength, residing in your knowingness that you're okay, no matter what somebody thinks of you, no matter what somebody says towards you or their actions towards you. You have this inner fire, Cancer, happening that is like this ninja quality. You're not going to take any sort of mental abuses or emotional abuses, physical abuses from anybody. And so if that relates to this person coming back, if it felt a little bit like the mentalness of it was just too much for you to handle, I feel like that's why you are taking your time in moving forward, in allowing this person back into your personal space, in the intimate space of your heart.